introduce us, and then we'll introduce ourselves again as we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm TJ. This is David. We are the brothers who know a lot about everything.
Papa, I'm sitting here holding my list up like an idiot.
So what we're talking about today is the best and worst TV characters, TV moms and dads, and movie moms and dads, which is a really good topic to talk about.
Really good one.
Yeah. So, David?
Yeah. What's up?
Let's do it. You want me
Let's
to start?
I'm trying to make sure that we're going live on Facebook here, trying to make sure that we're good to go. I think we're good to go here.
So I'm going to start with one of the worst TV parents of all time.
Yeah.
Are we good?
You know.
No.
I hit us by accident, I think, but it's okay. Let's see here. Good.
I combed my hair a couple times today for this.
You did?
Yes.
Oh man, that's cool.
It didn't work out, but I combed it. I promise.
Well, it happens sometimes.
It happens.
Okay, sorry, Bone. I'm doing something wrong here.
We're live. Minute and a half. It says live.
We are. So give us your first guy here. Let's make sure. I just want to make sure that we're going live.
My first bad TV parent is Frank Danny DeVito from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's Always Sunny.
He's the worst, but he's the funniest too. I love that guy. David, you got next, or you want me to go?
Yeah, well, let's talk about Frank for a minute. What's Frank's best situation?
Oh, it's best. This one here, when he comes out of the couch naked. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
He comes out of the couch naked. He's got so many good ones, but he's such a terrible parent.
Yeah.
Deidre and the guy.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything good for them. So
well, wasn't there a conversation too where they didn't even know if he was really their dad?
I think there was, yeah, but they proved it later on in like the 20th episode or 20th series, 20th year, that he was the dad. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
okay.
He's
still sitting here trying to make sure that we are live here. Yeah, okay.
Bona fide, one of the worst parents of all time. By far.
Bona fide. I'm bona fide. Still trying to make sure here we're
yeah, I think we're good.
Ready to go here. Who can count? You what?
It's live 311.
Yeah, give me your that was one of your worst. Give me your best here. Or one of your best.
The Keatons.
Nice.
Alex What will we do, baby, without us?
Okay, so here's a question.
What will we do?
What's one of the other most famous songs from that show that you remember from not Michael J. Fox, Alex P. Keaton? What's the other song that comes from Family Ties? Do you remember?
Well, Cheers, of course.
No, I'm saying there was a famous song that came out. I'm trying to remember it here in my brain right now. When it was like later on in the series, and they were at a dance, and there's another famous song that popped in.
What could we do?
Nice.
I would do at
this moment.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Good stuff, man. Yeah. With tears in my eyes. That's great. Boy, I still think of that song, and I'm like, oh, man, that's a great song. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
What was Justine Bateman's boyfriend's name?
Hey, yo, Nick.
Nick.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, Alex.
Hey, no, yo, Nick.
Funny stuff.
Hey, yo, I'm Nick.
Hey, yo, Alex.
All right.
When they're introducing to him, and he's like, yo, and then Michael J. Fox and the girl were like, yo. Yo. That was one of the greatest TV shows ever, I think.
It was, man. And
Yeah.
Nick was the best.
So funny.
Dude.
So funny.
All right. Throw me
go.
one.
Yeah, I'm sorry about it. I'm just trying to make sure it's public and I'm going for it and everybody's seeing what we're seeing here. I think we're going. No, I'm ready to go. I think we're good.
You want to do that?
Making sure. So, okay, so you want a worst from me to start off with?
I'm going to do a bad one real quick.
Oh, do it.
Yeah. These guys. You know who these guys are?
Oh, yeah.
The Birds.
Yeah.
Marty Bird.
Mm-hmm.
They are the worst.
That was a great TV show.
Yes.
That was a great TV show.
Ozark.
If you've never watched Ozark, go check that out. That's good stuff.
God. It's one of the few series I've actually gone through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And even at the end, I was like, wow, that's a good series. Most of them kind of putter out at the end.
Yeah.
That one kills it the entire time.
Yeah.
Watch it. Ozark, man.
I agree. Both Jason Bateman and I can't remember the woman that plays his wife. I can't remember her name. She's in some great stuff. She was in the Truman Show.
She was on Frasier. She's been on all kinds of stuff.
So, she plays those characters that are such good characters, but you love to hate them. And I'm sure in real life, she's a lovely woman. But she plays those characters you just love to hate them. What's the deal?
Laura Linney.
Yeah,
that's her name.
She does a great job, and the kids do a great job. The one blonde actress who's doing a whole bunch of stuff now,
with
who
the
plays
short
curly hair. She plays going to be Silver Surfer in the new Fantastic Four movie. She's great, man.
It's one of the few series that I actually could sit through the entire thing. That and Breaking Bad.
Yep.
Those were the two I've sat through the whole entire thing, and I was like, this is awesome.
Nice. Anyway, you might be giving spoilers for some of the worst parents here that we're about to talk about.
I probably am, but
yeah. So good stuff. All right, you have one more. Give me one. You've got a long list here. I've got my list.
I got a list.
You're rocking it.
That are good.
Good.
Here you go.
Boy, you printed out. You have visuals and everything. Nice. A little Sunday. Happy days.
Happy days.
Nice.
They're the nicest family on the face of the earth.
The Cunninghams,
right? Cunninghams. That's right. Yeah. Tom Bosley and it was the Cunninghams. Yeah.
What was the other show that Tom Bosley was on that I love? He's been on a couple, but there was another one like maybe about 3 or 4 years after Happy Days ended. And he wasn't a series regular. He was on every once in a while, but he did a great job on it. From one of my favorite actresses of all time. An actress, a young lady who you may know from Bedknobs and Broomsticks. You may know her from The Manchurian Candidate.
No, I don't know.
A little Murder, She Wrote.
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah,
really?
He was the sheriff on Murder, She Wrote.
Wow.
And boy, I tell you, if my wife knows anything about me, she knows I love me some Angela Lansbury. If you've ever seen her you've seen Frank Sinatra in Manchurian Candidate.
I have.
Right?
No. Maybe I'll watch it, but she was smoking hot, though.
What? Well, slow down. I don't know if you ever anybody use that word for Angela Lansbury, but
we gotta keep rolling.
She was much younger. She looked great. If you've never seen, I don't know how we got on Frank Sinatra movies now, but if you've never seen the original Manchurian Candidate, TJ, anybody watching, go.
Let me write this down.
Watch that movie, The Manchurian Candidate.
Okay.
So I'm going to wrap this into like when you were walking around. So I'm going to give you one of my worst here. So Rick and Morty, the parents from Rick and Morty, the worst parents. We told you last time, the Dynamite and I told you last time to watch Rick and Morty. And you did not do your homework, did you?
Nah, it's a cartoon. I can't watch it. The only cartoons I watch are South Park, Family Guy, and The Simpsons.
You're missing cartoons. Can't be fun. You just named 3 that you watch.
2 years old, brother.
Yeah, so I still watch He-Man. What's the problem?
I got stuff to do.
You don't have anything to
do. You're right.
Not doing it. You've printed out visuals for our podcast that 4 people are going to watch.
My
you don't have anything to do.
My assistant's printing out visuals.
Whose side are you on in this argument? TJ, I'm telling you,
I watched Morty and
Rick and Morty. Watch it. It's Dan Harmon, the same guy that did Community, same guy that did a bunch of other stuff. Rick and Morty is, if you like South Park, Rick and Morty is even takes it, I think, to the next level. Like, okay. But in not in like crude humor or anything, but just creativity. Like, if you can appreciate creativity, which I know that you can, Rick and Morty, if nothing else, this podcast is going to be about me telling you to watch Rick and Morty. Because
I've written it down, David.
I don't believe it. Show me.
In marker.
Show me.
I didn't.
Hold it up. Hold it up. It says, watch Rick and Morty. You're lying.
I didn't right now, but
You're lying. This guy. Next. All right. So that was my first worst parent. So if you've ever seen Rick and Morty, you understand what I mean. That Rick and Morty's parents, I can't remember their names right now. And I would even say that Rick is a parental figure, and he is literally the worst. What do you got?
I'll watch it, David. I'll watch it.
You're lying to me.
Next.
We're going to talk about it in line at Cedar Point.
We're watching good, bad TV, good, bad movies.
Give me bad TV.
Bad TV. Okay. Speaking of cartoons. He's the worst.
Peter Griffin. I've been working on my Peter Griffin impression. It's not great. It's not great. You're talking out of the side of your mouth. No mechanism. No filter. Horrible.
You gotta say anything about Peter Griffin. He's just legendary. So we'll move on to the next one. No, we won't. Because I have to ask you a question. Because you said you watched both South Park and Family Guy, right? Yes.
I watched both of those as well. Simpsons also we could lump into this conversation. There has been a lot of conversation between the creators of South Park and I'm big fans of both the creators of South Park and the creators of Family Guy.
Trey and Matt?
Yes. Trey Parker and Matt Stone and Seth MacFarlane. I think they both do. All three of them are amazing creators. Good for them. But there's been discussion that the creators of South Park don't have any respect for Seth MacFarlane and the Family Guy because of their lack of, I guess, continuity and story. Like, they rely too much on props and gags, like the cutaways.
The Family Guy
just having a story. What do you think about that?
It's funny. So I don't. Yeah. I like them all.
I agree. As long as you're entertained, as long as you're laughing,
as long as you're entertained.
That's
but yeah, they do. They go on all kinds of cutaways and everything. It's a little bit. Sometimes it's a little bit too much.
Sometimes
with the Family Guy.
Yeah.
They go back and they're cutting away stuff. It's sometimes it's like, Jesus, you've gone too far. But it's always funny.
It's always funny.
I've never not laughed at Family Guy.
Yeah.
And so I've never not laughed at South Park.
Do you still watch South Park? Like, there's new episodes. I don't think I've seen a new episode of South Park in 10 years, but you still watch it.
It's on Sunday night, yeah. Like South Park. I'm talking about Family Guy on Sunday night. I don't know about South Park, but they've got some good content, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they're smart guys. One of my favorite movies of all time, Basketball. That's a great movie. Steve Perry. Dude, you promised me no more Journey psychouts. Well, you should have been gone.
That is a good one.
It's a great movie. Go ahead.
That'll be another one we have to do like later on, like the best comedy movies of all time.
Best comedies of all time. I love it. But we should do again. We need the dichotomy. Best comedies, best dramas of all time. So we'll talk about beaches and we'll cry. And we'll talk about
Barbara Hershey is my spirit animal, Barbara Hershey.
Nice. We'll talk about Sling Blade. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, so I haven't done one in a while here.
Yeah.
So we're talking about cartoons, so I might as well just bring up another cartoon, and then we'll get off cartoons for a few minutes. But I have a couple from cartoons. So I would say that the worst parents in any cartoon, or adults in any cartoons, any of the Peanuts, any of the Charlie Brown cartoons. They are non-existent. Where are the parents? Why is Lucy going out? Yeah. Why is Lucy going out and getting Linus from the pumpkin patch in the middle of the night? Why is the child
the parents
involved
are terrible
in this situation at all?
Charles Schultz was kind of a weird dude.
Oh, good stuff though.
Yeah.
So fun. Any creator's weird on some level, but I think that Charles Schultz was took it to the next level when it came to like hiding social issues in plain sight. Do you know, Bone, the first, I won't say the only, but the first Peanuts cartoon that actually showed adults that spoke?
Was no, I don't know.
When they went overseas, when they went to France.
Oh yeah, when
there was a taxi driver.
He had the beret on.
Yeah, there was the guy. There was the guy that lived in the chateau with the girl that was like slipping them like cheese and meats in the barn that they were sleeping in. These are children, and they're slipping them cheese and meats in this barn that they're living in. Like
was this the 70s or 80s? This was the 80s.
Gosh, that had to be like 82, 83.
So we didn't have the issues we have now back in the 80s.
Or did we? They have more issues.
They weren't well known. The issues weren't well known.
It wasn't so projected on the internet as it is now. I concur. So that's my worst adults. Why is Charlie Brown in charge of this play? Who wrote this play, first of all? And why did Lucy, who did not have any respect for Charlie Brown, ask him to come be the director, only to just cut him at the knees at every opportunity? Every opportunity. She's the worst. That's why.
The world may never know, David.
Oh, I think we know. I think we know exactly why.
All right, next. I got like 60 pictures I want to show.
Good to know your assistants are putting in a hard day's work there.
I worked them hard. So
yeah, it sounds it.
Okay, here we go. Let's do this one. We already saw this one.
Oh.
One of the greatest moms of all time.
Nice. Little Meryl Streep.
And what's that movie?
Take the girl. Sophie's Choice.
I mean, dude, if you've never seen that movie, you got to see that movie.
Kevin Kline, right? Kevin Kline,
Kevin Kline in the early parts, yeah.
And then the guy who played the bad guy in Ghostbusters 2, he was also in Ally McBeal. Great actor, can't remember. He's one of those actors you don't know his name, but he's in a whole bunch of stuff. Curly hair, small guy. He played the bad guy in Ghostbusters 2. I just said that, but I'm trying to remember his name in Ghostbusters 2. I can't remember.
I just know that Meryl Streep was great in that movie as a mom. Aren't we talking about moms and dads, good moms and dads?
I'm just giving backstory.
Meryl Streep in that movie.
Color.
That's one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah. I can't remember, TJ, because she clearly, the choice was the Nazis were taking, said boy or the girl, the boy or the girl.
2 kids. Yeah,
spoilers like 50 years later.
Yeah.
But the boy or the girl, and she says, take the girl. Right?
Yeah.
Do you remember in the movie what happened to the boy? The boy
he survived, and he was
with
also mom. Yeah, he was with mom. Yeah.
He was with mom. I don't remember the boy being with mom.
That was the sad part. Was the girl? She had to pick one of the two, and the girl died. Yeah,
the girl was euthanized.
Yeah, but the whole movie is really, really good.
Yeah,
of course, Meryl Streep, man. Is there a better actress than Meryl Streep? Name one.
I can't.
There isn't one. She's one of the best.
She's golden and everything. Have you seen her in Only Murders in the Building?
No.
Her and Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
Great. Great.
Is Meryl Streep in that one?
She's in season 3. Maybe she was in started like she did a little bit of season 2.
Selena Gomez, but
Selena Gomez is in it also.
Yeah.
She's the lead, but Meryl Streep is in it. She plays Martin Short's love interest, an actress who she's not just Martin Short love, and she's so much more. But that's she's in season 2 and season 3. She's great.
She's the greatest actress of all time.
Wow.
IMO, in my opinion. Okay, here next. You ready?
Yeah. I can't see it. Oh yeah. American Beauty. Yeah. Kevin Spacey. And the woman, the actress, the woman's name is Annette Bening.
Yes.
Great stuff. Yeah, I agree. I would say that he was better than she was.
They were both good in different ways.
Both bad in different ways.
But yeah, they were terrible parents either way. Both of them. Yeah. That's how I'm putting them in the bad parents thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah. Would you consider that a midlife crisis movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's remember when Kevin like right at the beginning, basically, he lost his job and he got basically like a compensation, and then he moved on to working at the Dunkin' Donuts. He was working at the Dunkin' Donuts, and then he sees his wife with her boyfriend at the Dunkin' Donuts, and he's like, "What the hell is going on, man?
You don't get to tell me what to do anymore." Right. I think that's one of the greatest lines. You don't get to tell me what to do anymore. And I know I don't speak for myself here, but I'm sick and tired of this Lawrence Welk crud. It's a great picks up the thing, tosses it on the wall, picks up this tube, tosses it on the wall.
That's one of the greatest movies of all time.
That's a great movie.
American Beauty.
Yeah. So, I haven't gone in a while. Let me go.
Yeah, go.
So I would say I'm going to do best because I know we grew up, Gen X, we grew up with this show, and I've showed the kids this show, but they only talk about one aspect of the show, and we tried to get to it, but it was so many seasons, like 11 seasons of the show, we never got to the thing that they thought was like the pinnacle of the show. But I would say that Paul and Ma Ingalls from A Little House on the Prairie is a great example of the best parents in pop culture.
I gotta take that out of my mind.
Oh, I took it from you.
That's fine. Oh, dude, it is one of the best.
Yeah, they were like not perfect people, constantly struggling, but I think that they showed like a level of patience, but also a level of, hey kid, shut up and do the thing that you got to do. Not putting up with half pint and whatever the other kids' names were, doesn't matter. And all the kids they adopted, like yes, we'll show you patience until it's time to kick you in the butt to do the thing you're supposed to do.
Do you remember what Dad used to call Michael Landon?
Yeah, little fart face.
Fart face.
Because Mom had a crush on him. Mom liked him, so
because Mom loved him, and Dad was like fart face.
Fart face. Old fart face. That's good. From that, I think that was more from Bonanza days. It carried over to Little House. It carried over to Highway from Heaven. Highway to Heaven.
Highway from Heaven's good one.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, good.
And then I have a worst.
Do it.
I would say my worst.
So many different things I got to show. You got to.
I would say my worst, this is the worst parent from movies, and it's sci-fi, but I think it is literally, even though this character redeemed themselves, quote unquote, throughout the series of this movie, still showed such a lack of parenting skills that you could look at this movie as just a parent and say that guy's the worst. And I would say that it is Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, yeah.
Worst parent in movie. Probably didn't even know they had a daughter out there. Barely. Did they even have? Oh, they did have a scene. They had like one of the first scenes together. Did we know that he knew that she was his daughter? I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably. There's geeks out there that I would probably be geek enough to figure it out pretty soon. But But to just, and he redeemed himself at the end, throwing the Emperor down the chute.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, but to have that level of, I'm the best bad guy in cinema history.
So he's a bad dad.
I'd say probably the worst dad.
Good. We got one. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on.
Yeah. Nice.
Show me that smile again.
Show me that smile. We could just say we just need to make one of the shows just us singing theme songs, because I think that would fly. I think that would fly, though. I agree. You remember the premise of this movie or this TV show?
No.
The premise was originally that the dad had he was a psychiatrist and he had a practice out of the house. The mom was a reporter who quit reporting to be a stay-at-home mom. So as the kids aged, they flipped, where the dad now is practicing home. So the dad was a stay-at-home dad and the mom went out to be a reporter. Do you remember this aspect of the show at all?
Not really.
That was the basic premise of the show. That the mom and dad had flipped roles.
And the dad stayed home. I remember the dad staying home a lot.
Yeah, in his office.
And the mom was like gone most of the time.
Yeah, but it was never really an aspect of the show. At least by season 2.5. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't really come up too much. But Joanna Kearns. We can talk about Joanna Kearns for a minute.
She was hot.
First of all, congratulations on her success.
She's a good-looking lady.
I don't think she got enough airtime.
She never got any credit. Did she ever do anything after Growing Pains?
Oh, she was a bunch of she was in a bunch of the after school special movies. She did a bunch of, I think, Lifetime movies and things like that. Yeah, I think she
nothing
big time.
Talent.
Yeah, nothing big time.
Yeah.
No levels of Kirk Cameron talking about bananas and stuff like that. But if you're aware of those things, we don't need to get into that.
I'm throwing another one in here.
Bananas.
I gotta throw another one in here real quick.
Yeah, go. The nice.
Cartman's mom.
Does she have a name?
The nicest lady of all time. With the worst kid of all time.
Pretty messed up. What was her name? Do we know her name?
No, just Mrs. Cartman.
Mrs. Cartman.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever gave her a first name. They probably did. I don't know.
Jesus. Cartman is the worst. And just for her to be able to deal with that kid, amazing.
Yeah. There's some stuff on like Instagram and TikTok where there's a mom following around her daughter and she's trying to get her daughter in control. The daughter's maybe 10 or 11. And the daughter's just like, shut up, mom. I do what I want. And I'm like, oh, this has to be fake. It has to be a parody. Like, you know what I mean? It's got to be not real because this daughter is the worst. And it reminds me of Cartman because she walks around going, I do what I want.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
I love the animation. Before you do that, I love the animation where he's like, screw you guys. I'm going home. He like waddles off the side because of the animation.
Cartman is one of the best characters of all time.
Great character. And I will say out loud that as a movie and a musical, South Park the movie, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut is underrated.
It's a great movie.
It's underrated. Great movie, great musical. Those guys are so talented. Well, we tried to go see Book of Mormon in New York. I tried to convince Kelly to go see Book of Mormon. I think the tickets were a little like too high up for us. We saw Redwood. It was great. But I really want to see Book of Mormon on Broadway. That'd be an amazing show to see. So talented creators, all that stuff. What do you got next? We're doing okay on time, Bone. We still have half an hour. Nice. In hindsight,
the Huxtables.
In
In
hindsight,
hindsight.
not great.
Here we go.
But at the time,
I want your thoughts.
the pinnacle of parenting.
They
The whole
were.
thing was, the premise was parenting the right way. Like, keeping your kids in line, making sure you're teaching, but also disciplining, making sure that you're communicating with your kids, but also not letting your kids run the roost. Like being able to tell them that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard when they're making bad choices, right? So at the time, 100% the pinnacle. You know who? This is a you and me conversation. I don't know why I'm doing it out to the world, but you know who Bill Cosby always reminded me of?
Who?
Of somebody that we grew up with.
Eric Winston?
No.
Yeah,
Tim Toothman.
Tim Toothman,
really? Tim Toothman. And he always had the same vibe, like I brought you into this world, but I can take you out.
Take you out.
Yeah, he always had that same vibe. So, hi Tim Toothman, if you ever watch this.
Right,
funny stuff. Just for backstory for the people watching this, neighbors that we grew up with that were like second parent stuff. So funny stuff. Okay, all right, I haven't gone in a while here, so I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go a little farther back to good parenting. One that what Dad would admit is probably a show of two of the greatest parents that ever existed in pop culture. June and Ward Cleaver.
Yep, Leave It to Beaver. Of course.
Leave It to Beaver.
I got them in here too, man.
Nice. Show that picture. Show that beautiful Ward and June footage. Look at that. There they are. Nice.
The Beaver.
Nice.
Yeah, of course they were the best.
The Beav.
They're the best.
Yep.
That's what, when we were young, that's what we grew up with. Because Dad made us watch it.
We got to watch it.
Yeah, we got to watch it. Yeah.
It was Nickelodeon, Nick at Night, whatever it was, playing after school, constantly watching Leave It to Beaver. Dad would like he'd sit and watch stuff, but when Leave It to Beaver was on, he would sit and watch it.
He would pay attention to.
We're gonna have conversations about this when we're done with it. Yeah. Now, how did the Beav end up in that giant coffee cup? Let's talk about his mistakes. Why did the Beav take that bike back after he won it from the contest in the theater? Him and Lumpy. He shouldn't have left the house. He was grounded. And him and Lumpy went to the theater and he won a bike.
And remember, Dad used to always talk about Eddie Haskell.
Eddie Haskell. I still use that reference when I talk when we talk about people who are nice to your face. And then say something, you know, later on they're going back and bad mouthing like, yeah, that guy's an Eddie Haskell.
Eddie Haskell.
Yep. Did you ever watch the new Leave It to Beaver?
No.
Where they were grown-ups?
Nah.
I did. I think it only lasted 2 seasons.
I got enough from it when I watched the original.
You
ready?
I'm ready.
Come over and say hi. AJ's out here. He wants to say hi.
Oh, yeah.
Here's
hey, AJ, what's up, buddy?
Nothing much.
Now, this one's kind of, you know that one?
Legendary.
The dad, Barney's actual dad.
Yeah, that's fun stuff. I would have preferred that his real dad was Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
I would have preferred that. I would have preferred that. That would have been, I think, a better story. But John Lithgow was amazing.
That's one of those things that makes that show so good. I mean, I love that show. Verna won't watch it, but I love that show.
Yeah?
The Bob Barker thing, the whole Barney thing, and it's a great movie. It's a great show.
Yeah, that's a good. I think that John Lithgow has so many movies where he plays like the quintessential father figure in one of the best movies that I think he plays. And also, there's a little sidebar. I'm going to give you a sidebar. One of the best movies where he plays a father that has a great arc throughout the movie, where he started off as a good dad, but became even better then. Like, it wasn't about his flaws. It was about him recognizing his own choices, was Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh, yeah.
Harry and the Hendersons. Great movie. The mom, played by the mom from A Christmas Story.
Yep.
And that, I think that's a great story with a great arc for not only Harry, but also the dad with his relationship with his dad. we got some guns and we got some big guns, but I think we're all out of big ammo. I think that is a great
Classic
story
movie.
for fathers and sons and how they communicate to each other.
I didn't realize the wife was the same one from
Same mom from A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
And again, I might be giving away moms and dads. I might be giving away your moms and dads list from this best and worst moms and dads, but that's another great one.
Well, here's one.
Yeah.
Worst of all time. This
Oh no.
Probably number one of the worst.
Let's hear it.
TV.
Love and marriage, love and marriage. It's an
together like a horse and carriage. This, I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I have not laughed harder at any sitcom than Al Bundy.
I concur. Do you think that it was because of bad parenting or because of a lack of interest in wanting to parent?
Both. I mean, don't they go together, Dave?
You tell me.
Lack of interest in parenting leads to bad
parenting. Right? I go on with that. Sure.
But it leads to great comedy.
Good stuff. Do you think that Married with Children is a show that could go on today?
It could, of course.
You think so? That it would be put on the air and people would be like, "We get the same thing with," and you've talked about it. Maybe we haven't talked about it, but All in the Family, same thing, same kind of premise, right? You can hold that picture.
All in the Family was super racist back in the 70s. You can't
do that. But all they did was flip the racism for misogyny. That's really all they did.
That's true.
Flip the racism for misogyny. And I think in the 80s, that is the flip that needs to be made in that premise, because it really is just Archie Bunker for the 80s, which was treating women in a way that was
misogynistic.
As objects rather than human beings.
Yeah.
He ignored his wife, but clearly liked women in a inappropriate way on some level. So it really is Archie Bunker, just instead of racism, it's misogyny. And Archie Bunker still had a level of misogyny that
But bringing Edith on was so funny. Edith was so funny.
Yeah.
Archie.
Yeah.
I loved it. But yeah, it was very misogynistic, very racist.
Yeah.
And very funny. Okay,
yeah.
Here I got mine. Right. I got mine. You ready for this one, Dave?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You know this?
Oh, the blue.
The blues.
Blues, yeah.
The blues.
Yeah. Good stuff. A lot of Jason Bateman on this list. A lot of Jason Bateman vehicles. And you're not even done.
I've got him as the good guy, but I've got the Blues parents as the bad guys because they were terrible.
They were the worst.
You ever watch Arrested Development?
Yeah, I've seen most of it. I don't think I saw the new Netflix season, but I saw most of the seasons on was it Fox or ABC? I don't remember where it was, but I saw most of this.
So funny, but in a ridiculous way.
Yeah.
And then Michael Bluth, who's Jason Bateman, turns into like the only good guy in the entire family.
Yep.
The sister is terrible. The kids are terrible. The parents are terrible. He's like the only one that has any, logical
common sense.
Yeah. He's like. So I love Michael Bluth. He's in that one. He's so good.
Funny. So funny. That kind of makes me think about sorry, I keep making like roads to other shows from the ones you come up. But you think about Silver Spoons with the dad from Silver Spoons.
Yes, I did. I thought about putting Edward Stratton.
Yeah.
Edward Stratton. And
Edward Stratton the third. Edward Stratton the third. You remember who played his dad? Who played the grandpa on Silver Spoons?
Say again?
The old guy that did the financial show, the financial cartoon or commercials.
I don't think I remember that one.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the big line that he had in these financial commercials. I can't remember what it was, but Aaron Gray from Battlestar.
The wife, yeah, she was
so good,
smoking.
And then, Jason Bateman, and then the link also. So this might even be a good connection for fathers and moms. Valerie, and then Valerie's family, and then the Hogans.
Yes.
All the same show.
Yep.
But Valerie Harper started getting asking for too much money or something like that.
Sandy Duncan came on.
Yeah, Sandy Duncan.
Yep. Always good. But it was all Jason Bateman. He was the
All
guy.
Jason
He was the guy who kept it going.
He was it.
He's a legend. He's a legendary.
Didn't get enough credit for carrying that show for like what 4 or 5 seasons.
He got no credit for that.
No credit.
Then he did Ozark, and I mean, dude,
Jason Bateman can do anything.
A legend.
Have you ever seen Bad Words with Jason Bateman?
Nah.
Where he put it on your list, write it down. No, seriously, write it down. Bad Words. He enrolls himself in a child spelling bee. It is.
I've heard about that.
I
never watched it, but
hilarious. It's a great movie.
On it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's on Netflix. Bad Words, or maybe Hulu. It's on one of the streamings. They're not paying us to advertise for them. So Bad Words, Jason Bateman. Netflix and Hulu. If you want to pay us to advertise for you, we will.
What's your next one?
I'm trying to get people to give us money to advertise for them, TJ. Give me a second to promote the show. To be able to say Netflix, Hulu, Max, Disney Plus, Peacock. Give us money, and nobody will watch us to promote your show, promote your apps. Okay, you ready? You want to do another? Okay, here we go. So we're going back to movies. I'm going back to a cartoon. Okay, one that you know that I love, but you've probably never seen it before. Don Bluth was a creator, producer, director. Broke from Disney, and because he wanted to do darker movies, so he did The American Tail, Five Will Goes West, All Dogs Go to Heaven. Great movies.
The Russians.
I think his greatest achievement, who showed a mother who was probably the best mother in pop culture history, the mom from Secret of Nim, Mrs. Brisby. In the movie Mrs. Brisby, in the book Secret of Nim and the Rats of Nim, Mrs. Frisbee. You know why they had to change her name?
Mice, right? Bunch of mice.
You know why they had to change her name from Mrs. Frisbee to Mrs. Brisby? Copyright. They couldn't say the word Frisbee.
Yeah.
So they had to change her name to Mrs. Brisby, which still works. The cinematic debut also of Shannon Doherty and Will Wheaton. They played the kids.
I did the hair.
But the level of the amount of effort she put into saving Timothy, who clearly had pneumonia and was going to die, to be able to get him the medicine, to be able to survive, to keep him in his bed through that whole through the whole thing. Some of the greatest characters, I think, in animation, not just animation history, but pop culture history. The Secret of Nim, if you've never watched it, watch it. Is worth watching.
That's a great movie. I've seen it.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Love it.
Shannon Doherty, she's still around? I thought she had cancer.
I think she survived her cancer. I think she's okay.
She good? Okay, good.
I don't correspond with her as much as I used to. but from my understanding, I think she's doing okay. I hope. Oh gosh, I hope. Now I think I need to look it up.
I think she's still around. I think
she's okay. She's doing okay.
Okay.
Good for her. Yes. Oh, side view. Oh, down from the bottom. Nice.
Do you watch this one?
Yeah.
Do you watch this one?
I've seen good chunks of it, but I've never watched it.
You never watched it? It's so funny.
I've heard good things.
Oh my god. Moira is a nightmare.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll move on. You don't know it.
That's all right.
Next.
We can talk about Eugene Levy.
Yeah, next one.
Armed and Dangerous.
Eugene Levy and his son. It's
Flash.
It's what made his son. His son's all over the place now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of that. Because of Schitt's Creek.
We could do a whole podcast on Eugene Levy alone.
Oh, he's best.
SCTV. Come on.
What does him and John Candy say in the movie? It's like what where he's talking about the I've got a 12-inch penis.
Well, I don't know that one.
It's from Spies Like Us. It's so
Spies
good.
Like Us.
Yeah.
See? Oh yeah, because he's got the arm and he's trying to.
I've got the 12-inch penis.
Spies Like Us.
Spies Like Us.
Amazing.
That's
Spies
a
Like
great
Us is
movie.
great.
Yeah.
So good.
Chevy Chase.
I think Chevy Chase is fun. Fletch and Spies Like Us, I think movies do not get Chevy Chase enough. Not the greatest guy in the world, but comedic timing and like comedic acting, so good. Like he gets Caddyshack and he gets the National Lampoon's movie, all that. But Fletch and Spies Like Us,
Fletch is one of the greatest.
So funny. Can I borrow your towel? I think my car hit a water buffalo.
Water buffalo. Such a good movie.
So good.
Okay, you ready? You ready for this one?
Yeah. You froze a little bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah,
the
from
the Modern Family, the Dumb
Modern Family. Yeah. Was this a good or bad?
Oh, they're good. They're good. They're good.
I think they're good too. I think they're examples of good parenting. Inside of their own madness. Oh no, Halloween Town! What did you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing them down now.
Yeah, throw them down.
Sheldon's mom.
Sheldon's mom. Good or bad parenting?
Good. I say good.
Okay. Sure.
She's just funny though.
Yeah. From Big Bang or
Big
from
Bang
Young Sheldon?
Big Bang. Yeah, Big Bang.
Are we counting the mom from Young Sheldon as well?
That's her, but it's a different mom, and she was
that's her. Nice. That's her daughter.
I know. Yeah, but she was not as nice.
Yeah. Was she nice?
She wasn't nice. No.
Yeah, I don't think she was nice.
In Texas, no. Young Sheldon, she was not nice, but then she kind of grew into being a nice mom.
I don't know, Bone. I don't know if I would count that her as an example of good parenting. I don't know. I'm torn on that one, Bone. I'm torn on that one.
I know
that's a tough one.
Here's one.
Okay. Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
From 30 Rock.
Tracy Jordan in 30 Rock.
Did we ever see his kids in that show?
They showed him every once in a while. He was such a terrible dad.
Bad parenting.
But that was one of the funniest guys I've ever seen in my entire life.
Did I ever tell you we saw Tracy Morgan live in West Palm when we lived in West Palm?
Did you?
People walked out.
What? He was that bad?
He was just standing up there being Tracy Morgan. And was it the most well thought out 20 minutes of comedy that's ever been comedied?
Yeah.
No. But he was being Tracy Morgan. It was funny. And it was even more funny when the people were walking out there like, this is horrible. Da, da, da. And he's like, I can see you. This isn't television. I can see you, and we can have a back and forth. Like his reactions were pretty funny. I wouldn't say it was the best comedian I've ever seen live, but it was entertaining because
I wouldn't see him live because he's all over the place. That dude is
and that's how I would describe it. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
There was when he got up on stage, you could tell that he had not given 3 minutes of thought to what he was going to be saying on stage. He was like, I'm Tracy Morgan. I'll be funny and I'll rub my belly and I'll say I'm going to get somebody pregnant and we'll call it a day. And that's exactly what it was. I mean, it was a half hour. I mean, the other comedians were all great, and he was still humorous. But it was an interesting situation.
Went off the trails pretty quickly.
Oh boy, it flew off the rails like nobody's business.
Here you go. You ready?
It was great. Yeah. We're going on 10 minutes here, Bone.
Okay.
Rhett and I can't remember her name. Foreman. Rhett and I can't remember her name.
70 show. That's 70 show.
70 show. What was the mom's name? Red and
I don't know. I can't remember either. But
that's okay.
I know they were the best. They were good parents.
Mm-hmm.
Brett was the typical asshole father who just Don't mess with me.
Yeah.
And Kitty was her name.
Kitty.
Yeah.
Nice.
She was
Nice.
just.
I think when they brought in, I think one of the best examples of him being a responsible adult and a good parent was when they found out that Hyde, is that his name, was living by himself in their house. His mom and dad had left him, and the house was in shambles. And he's like, oh, I'm living here. Everything's fine. Oh no, it gets cold at night or whatever. Da da da. And Kitty's like, bread. You know, and he's like, and he goes, Hyde's like, okay, I'm okay. Thanks for stopping by. And Hyde's like, get in the car. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna get in the car. And he like grabs the stuff and he starts running out the car. And Kitty's like hugging him. You're a good man. Da 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 da. And they all get in the car. And Red like turns away from the camera. He's like, so the struggle of right and wrong. You know what I mean? The struggle of we can't do that. We can't feed another person, but he still does it. I think that's a great Red moment that really showed his character. While he was mean and persnickety and all those things, he was still a good person.
This one might kind of take you by surprise, but it's a great one. You'll know this one.
Yeah, throw Mama from the train. Yeah, throw Mama from the train. That's a great movie. Billy Crystal and Danny
DeVito.
Danny DeVito, yeah, Dan. I was about to say Dan Aykroyd, but it wasn't Dan Aykroyd. Danny DeVito.
And that mom is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, based off of that movie's based off of.
Funny though.
You know that movie's based off of
what?
Strangers on a Train. They even reference the movie in the movie because they're watching that movie. They're talking about screenwriting. That's how they meet. And if you've never seen Strangers on a Train, that's a great movie. Great movie. Super creepy.
Or is that's a Hitchcock, right?
No, in the same vein, but I don't believe Strangers on a Train is Hitchcock.
No.
But the end scene, they're on a carousel and they're flying around the carousel and they get thrown off the carousel. Just a great movie. So suspenseful.
Next one.
Next.
I know we're running out of time, so I got to throw them down.
Yep. Oh, I can't see it. Let's see. Oh, who's eating Gilbert Grape?
What's eating Gilbert Grape?
What's eating Gilbert Grape? Not who's. Yeah. That's a good one.
That's one of the best movies of all time.
Nice.
It really is. Very underrated. Okay.
I agree. I think Leo did a great job on that one. Johnny Depp did a good job.
Johnny Depp was all about it. Here's okay. Next one.
Just throwing for it. No blue, no color commentary for what he's eating Gilbert Grape.
No, I'm just throwing them down. You can have your own thing.
Yeah. Talladega Nights.
Yes. Worst parents ever.
Look at it. When I picture Jesus, I picture baby Jesus.
Little baby Jesus.
Little baby Jesus.
Jesus had a beard. He was
another one. I think an example of good parenting from we're doing Will Ferrell is from Step Brothers. Where Mary Steenburgen, I can't remember the dad's real name, but where they've had enough and like, we're done with you guys. You're in your 30s and you're still acting like this. You're done. You need to be out of the house by tomorrow morning. We're done with you. Go live your life.
Mary Steenburgen was the mom. I can't remember the dad, but yeah.
Mary Steenburgen, a very highly underrated actress.
One of the greatest movies of all time.
Yep.
I concur. Yeah. Now this one, you might have to think about this one for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't have to think about that. Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona.
That's a great movie. Gosh, I haven't seen Raising Arizona in a long time.
Remember when we went to the gas station and had to get diapers?
Yeah. That's a great
one
movie.
Of the best movies of all time.
Raising Arizona. The Coen brothers, right?
Yeah.
Coen brothers.
One of their first ones.
Yeah.
Nick Cage and Holly Hunter.
Yeah.
Now
great movie. John Goodman.
John Goodman was in there. Yep. Here you go. You ready?
Friday.
The dad and Friday.
That's good. Why every time I'm in the kitchen, you're in the kitchen. Eating up all the food. I don't know if we should have done that impression, but that's a great line. Oh, so funny. Eating up all the, oh, Mom, what are you making? Oh, I'm making eggs. Mama, he goes, what am I supposed to eat? Oh, some cereal. We're out of milk. I'll just put some water on it. Put some water on it. It'll be fine. That's a great one.
One of the best movies of all time.
That's a good movie. Have you ever seen the sequels?
No, I don't want to be disappointed by them. Now, here's one. You might not even know this one.
Oh, wow. I take offense to saying I won't know one. Yeah. You're spot on. I probably do know it, but don't recognize that.
Ellen Burstyn in Requiem. Something for Requiem.
Requiem for a Dream?
Requiem for a Dream, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta see it. You gotta see that one.
Requiem for a Dream. Guess what? I'm gonna write it down.
You gotta watch out, man. It was crazy. It's got Jared Leto. It's got one of the Wayans brother kids.
Nice.
And it's got
I wrote it down.
It's got that super hot chick that's been in movies. God, what's her name?
That one?
Yeah. Super hot chick. Super hot brunette chick. Yeah.
Got it.
Dude. Mandatory to watch it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah. So good. It gets a little weird, but
yeah. I mean, with a name like Requiem for a Dream, it's gotta
man, what movies don't get weird?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get
yeah, another one. I still have some on my list if you want me to say, but you're flying through it, so and we have about 4 minutes. See, I would not say from King of Queens. I would say from Seinfeld.
I had that one too, but we're running out of time. So yeah, which one's better, Arthur Spooner or
Frank Costanza is better.
Yeah.
I don't mind King of Queens. Those Heffernans. Dad will always say, "You ever watch them Heffernans?" But I think Frank Costanza.
He's the best, worst father of all time.
So funny, funny. The best outtakes from any bloopers from any TV show. Just watch those bloopers from Stiller. What's his first name? Jerry Stiller.
Jerry Stiller.
So funny. So funny. Keep going, Bone.
I'm going. Here you go. You ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. A little Sanford and Son.
Yes.
Yeah, man. These TV shows don't get enough play.
They don't. They get play on the old school channel.
The old stuff, yeah. But if you're not paying attention, if you don't know it, that and Welcome Back, Kotter, even things like Different Strokes. Good stuff.
Now tell me if you know this one. This is old school.
I'm ready.
But apparently they're the best.
More old school than Sanford and Son? Okay. Yeah. Now this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. Nice. Nice. The
Uncle
Prince.
Phil. Remember Uncle Phil?
Yeah.
Uncle Phil. He was the greatest.
Good stuff.
Dude, I've got I'm almost running out of I got one here.
Not technically his father, right? Uncle Phil, of course.
Uncle, yeah.
But showed the same amount of love. Oh yeah, Blackish.
That's a good
show.
Let me throw this one at you.
The Brady's. Nice.
The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
Good stuff.
It's the way. I might be running out of stuff here, man.
How did they afford Alice? She was a stay-at-home mom. So my next question is, why did they need Alice? Don't go into it now. Let's stay on this Alice situation. Don't go to the next one. So he was an architect.
Mike was an architect. He made a lot of money.
And
Carol did not make any money.
What did she do before they got married? And my theory is that they both killed their former spouses. Maybe they did a strangers on a train situation where they flip-flopped, where they killed each other's spouses, and then they married each other. And Alice witnessed this, so that's why they kept her on. I'm making this up right now as they go along, but this seems really plausible to me. Alice witnessed this, so they kept her on to keep her, to appease her, and then Sam the Butcher was also involved because they brought the bodies to Sam the Butcher to be able to butcher. And it's possible that Sam wasn't even a real butcher. That was just his name. It was a cover story for the situation with the exes. Yeah. And then that's why Bone, the other parents past season 1, like 6 episodes in season 1, were never mentioned again. This is something that needs to be, like, books need to be written about this.
It was a family television show.
I don't care about what you're saying right now at all. What I want to hear is how they did it, why they did it, how they did it.
You're a nut job. You're a nut job, David. You're a nut job.
Write it down. Uh-oh, I can't quite see that. Oh, Mommy Dearest.
Mommy Dearest, yeah.
No more wire hangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting
wait, who played Mommy Dearest? It was Faye Dunaway? No.
Faye Dunaway. Faye Dunaway played Joan Crawford, yes.
Nice. Right. Nice. Did I do that?
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
I'm trying to get all of them in here.
We have -1 minute. We're okay. We can go over a little bit.
Do you know this one? I didn't know this one, but I've watched it a little bit.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Horse Jackman?
BoJack Horseman.
BoJack Horseman, something
Apparently
like that?
His parents were bad. Like, really
oh, yeah? I don't know if I've ever seen the show. I'm aware of it. Isn't that he's on Arrested Development?
And he's on 30 Rock, too. He's on Office. He's on everything. He's,
good stuff.
What's his name?
Hilarious stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, so I had a couple here that we didn't get to. Can I run down mine?
Do it.
Frank Gallagher from Shameless. Worst dad ever.
Of course.
Right? Kate McAllister from Home Alone.
Yes.
Not once, but twice. Lost her child. The worst.
That's
okay.
That's the lady from Schitt's Creek too, right?
Yeah. Norman's mother from Psycho.
I had her in here. Yeah,
nice.
I got all of them in here.
Nice. I don't know if you're a Game of Thrones fan, but Cersei Lannister.
No.
Watch Game of Thrones if you like dragons at all. Watch Game of Thrones. You'll get a lot of dragon stuff, or like knights and stuff like that. Fun stuff. Okay, so I had it on the best, but you can make an argument for the worst. Jor-El and Laura from Krypton, Superman's parents, saved his life.
Yeah.
But literally rocketed their son into space. So I guess he was going to die anyway.
We got to go.
Might as well give it a shot. Nice. Mufasa. Nice.
Oh, have you seen this movie? Room with Brie Larson. Have you
seen
The Room?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
that's a really good movie.
Really good. Of course, you got to go.
Yeah, Forrest Gump.
And then, have you seen this one?
With this like Signs. It was called like
3 Billboards
Outside
Missouri.
Yeah.
Have you seen
based on a true story, correct?
Yeah. That's a
Road Signs.
Good movie.
Right? Road Signs, that was called?
3
signs off the road of something or other.
Yeah. Off of Ebbing, Missouri. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
Dude,
hard title to remember, but that's a good movie.
She's in Fargo too. Fargo. She's not a mom there.
Yeah.
But
have you seen the TV show Fargo? I keep seeing little clips and I'm like, maybe I should be watching the TV show Fargo.
Nah.
Yeah, I might give it a shot. I have one more. And I'm gonna wrap it up with this last one.
Yeah, we got time.
Because it was one that we grew up watching. and it was one that Dad would again make us watch, and it was. Little Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith.
He lives in our neighborhood. He lives like an hour up the road from us.
Nice.
Yeah. Opie.
Good stuff. Who lives an hour up the road from you?
Mount Airy is where they lived.
Oh, really?
An hour up the road from us, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Is
there like a tourist thing that you can go to?
Oh, it's the town is basically Andy Griffith, yeah.
Well, guess what we're doing the next time we come visit you?
You want to see it?
Yeah,
it's cool, man.
I want to see that. Do bears bear?
They always have a part. They always have a little party up there. It's
nice.
Beautiful. Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
Mayberry, but it's called Mount Airy.
Yeah, man, I'm down.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, I think we've decided that it's happening next time we come.
Oh, I got to give you one more.
One more
quick one.
Who you got? Oh yeah, from
Chris
Elliott. How I Met Your Mother. Chris
Elliott.
Chris Elliott,
yeah.
Yeah. Great. Chris Elliott, again, another underrated actor.
Yes.
Comedian.
One of the funniest, most underrated actors.
Yeah. Yeah.
When he came on board for How I Met Your Mother, dude, so he's got all the games like I've got diseases.
And he was, remember the TV show, short-lived TV show he was in where REM Stand was the theme song. He's a paper boy, and he's throwing the whole premise is that he lives in his parents' basement. He's a paper boy. You remember that show?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it. Stand in the place where you live, maybe. Just think about, and he's just throwing papers out. Gosh, what was the name of that show? I can't remember. But that was a funny show. It's underrated.
That dude is funny.
Funny stuff. His daughter was a cast member. He's one of the few where him and both a daughter were the cast members on SNL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her name Abby Elliott. Abby Elliott. She did great. She's been in some other stuff since then. I think she did a great job. Super cute, super funny, I think. So, all right, Bone, we got to end it.
All right.
So, in the end, do you think that there is a representation of more good parents or bad parents in pop culture?
I think we kind of evened it out, I think, but there's probably more bad parents. That's what makes things funny. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Good parents aren't funny. Good parents aren't funny.
Yeah.
Bad parents are funny. And that's what makes you good. Yeah.
I agree that they show bad parents more often than good parents. Is
like
that good or bad?
Frank Gallagher, Peter Griffin. I mean, they're just Homer Simpson.
He was on my list.
That's what makes comedy.
Yep. What's funny is I had Marge on my good parent list and Homer on my bad parent list.
I did too. But
we're brothers. It's almost like we think alike.
Was Marge a good parent though? Because she kind of let Homer do whatever he wanted to.
I think she had enough.
Every time he screwed up, she brought him back.
Well, it is a children's cartoon. I don't think they're going to tackle divorce in a children's cartoon. Is it a children's cartoon? Wait a minute. I think I just went past my own cartoon premise there. It's not for kids. Do you remember the TV show that The Simpsons started on in the 80s when Spock was a new thing? Everybody, it's time to go. Da-da-da-da. Enjoy getting ready for the show. Ba-da-ba-bum. The Tracy Ullman Show.
Tracy Ullman, yeah.
Way back in the day. This was 82.
That British lady. The British
lady. Yeah. She also sang the song. She had a big pop hit in the 80s based on a 60s themed song that I can't remember the name of the thing, but Tracy Ullman, super talented.
She was good back in the day.
Loved it. All right.
The funny British girl. Yeah.
Funny British lady. Good stuff. All right, Bone, we got to shut it off. We did a great job of an hour and 10 minutes of content. And if anybody ever sees this, I hope you enjoyed the show. We had a good time making it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We had a good time, man.
We'll keep making more, right, Bo?
Yep.
We'll keep doing it. What's our next premise? What's our next question?
Jeez. It's going to take me a while to think about it, but
how
about
a few here?
How about? Oh, I don't even know. What do you
Make
think?
it a good one.
What do you think, Dave?
How about
Best musical albums of all time.
you got it? I'm down.
mean,
yeah.
That makes us
Yeah.
old because albums aren't around anymore. But
Yeah,
Pink Floyd, The
you
Wall,
convinced me.
Pink Floyd, The Wall, the Beatles' White Album.
Don't give it all away before we do it.
Most underrated albums of all time.
So we can do the best and the most underrated.
Yes,
I think we can turn that into an hour.
we can.
We turn anything into an hour.
Cheers, dude.
We talk about your glasses for an hour.
You like this?
We can talk about your tank top for an hour.
I rode 7 roller coasters today.
How many roller coasters?
7.
That's a lot of roller coasters. You were at Carowinds?
Yeah, we were at Carowinds. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and it was hot. It's 95 degrees here today. It was, at least in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Man.
Did you go into every kiosk and every restaurant and say, "Can I have a little cup of ice, please? A little cup of water, please?
Of course,
please. Little water, please."
Yeah, little water.
And they look at you like we're legally obligated to give you water, but we don't want to give you water.
Yep.
And I said, "You're legally obligated to give me water."
We know the drill.
All right, but we gotta stop.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna end it. And thanks everybody for watching. Fun time as always. It'll be on our my YouTube page, Correct-Handed Comics. Go to YouTube and it'll be on Facebook here. We had a great time. Hope everybody had a great time watching us. Give us some stuff, likes and comments and all that stuff. Whatever. Who cares?
Jabba Yama Damani.
Flippity flappity flongity boingity.